Hello everybody, welcome on in, y'all. Hi's, hellos, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Yay, all that fun stuff. Oh, it's good to be back. How we doing today? Hi's, hellos. Dude, it's always it's first stream back, you know. It's always got to be a little scuffed. There we go. Now we're back. Wizardary, thank you for the 10 months. Super Taco, thank you so much for the 27 months, my dude. I really appreciate it. How we doing today? Welcome on in, y'all. Happy Monday.
I was reading the stream title pop up wrong. I thought it said, Kanda, let's build it. Anyway, hi.
How we doing, Thomas? Thank you for the 47 months, my dude. Oh, good to have you. Andrew, thank you so much for the 17 months. Lizosaurus with the 47 months. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it.
47 months of fWhip snapping.
Day's going good so far. Day's going so good so far. Got my butt absolutely kicked on a bike ride, but you know, it felt good to finally be back and able to bike again, which was great. So that was nice to actually get some cardio in for like the first time in 2 months. So that felt lovely. But yeah, I'm having a pretty slow, just chill morning, getting the life back together a little bit to get back into the swing of things as we're going back into all that stuff and things, and you know how it all goes. But it's looking good. Do you ever build a telephone cell in Minecraft? I think it would fit your world great in some places. We don't really have telephones in the world, so that's a little too modern for the type of industry and stuff that I put in here. But maybe sometime in the future, who knows? We might change it. What shaders do you recommend for a one block? I don't really use shaders, so I don't really have a great way to advice for you on that. How was Canada Land? Canada Land was gorgeous. It was so fun. We were up in the Okanagan, which is like the eastern side of British Columbia, and it was absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it was so nice up there. Loved every single minute of it. And it was really cool. It was crazy. It was one of the, we drove up and I was like, oh, this is only like 5 hours away from us. This isn't too terrible of a drive for a fun weekend. But it was a family member's wedding and all that. So a good weekend of celebrations and fun times and all that stuff. So had a great weekend away. Really great. So yeah, listening in on my TV with YouTube and then Twitch on my phone while I pack to move. Oof. Good luck on the move. What? Sorry, excuse me. What PC do I use? It's a custom built one, so I can't really just give you a link to all of it. But it was built by Seattle Built PCs. They do a lot of custom PCs and stuff. If you're looking for it, they're pretty cool. Yeah, for those who are asking me to watch One Piece, not really my thing. I tried it. It wasn't for me.
In my world, I spent 3 hours last night working on the back section just to realize I built half of it wrong. Measure once, build twice, as they say.
Yeah, it's usually how it goes, ODST. That's usually how it goes. Yeah. That sucks, my dude. Oh, well, at least you realize now before you almost finish the whole thing. Thank you for the dono, and hope you're doing well. Are we finishing path houses or building the Tuscan area? Today we are going to be working on planning a little bit of the gardens around the university is probably what we'll get to. We might get to some structure designs, all that type of stuff. I just am kind of wanting to get back into the swing of things with buildings and all that cool stuff going on out there. 5-hour drive is fine, especially if it's something fun to look forward to. Yeah, and also the drive itself was beautiful. We did we went into Canada closer to Vancouver, and then we did the highway that goes through the mountain pass there going over, which was absolutely gorgeous. I can't remember what Canadian highway, I feel like it was 3 or something like that, but just did that going over into the region. And then coming back, we went straight south and got into Washington again real quick, and then did Highway 2 coming across. And that was just, oh my God, it was beautiful weather. And just, it was one of those drives where you're just like, I could just, every corner, I could just stop and do some sightseeing and look around, and I would be very happy just chilling in any of the spaces. So it was a good time. Yeah, the shelf got announced. That was very cool. I think that was what, Wednesday last week. We talked about it a little on stream. I'm super excited for it. I think the shelf is going to be absolutely awesome. I'm so excited to see what they can do with it. I think it's going to be really, really fun to have for a new build coming into the new building block coming in that has just a little bit more detail to it, and also a solid version of trapdoors, at least for like a vertical edition of it, which is really, really cool. What's the best way to spawn proof your nether base? Unfortunately, it's buttons, because the light level does not work. So buttons or slabs or glass. That's the best you can do. Any non-spawnable block, you just spam it everywhere. Driving on the side of mountains freaks me out. Fear of heights, yeah, I get that. There are some very, very steep drop-offs on Highway 2 coming back west. That's like you're going down at like the road's like an 8% grade just going down, which is pretty steep if you're in a car. And then you just go down and it's like slow down to 40 miles an hour when you're just like going downhill. So you're slamming the brake and then it's like a curve that's just like, zoom, like just, oh, it's so fast. But yeah, it was a good drive. It was a good time.
Pleased to meet you.
Could build a greenhouse. Maybe that's more of the style of your world. I think, yeah, we have plenty of greenhouses. We got them all over the place. Mallow, thank you so much for the 35 months as a mega fan. I really do appreciate it. Hope the day in Norway, the evening is going well. Were you yelling timber? No, I didn't want to fall, so didn't want to do it. Downshift, automatic. But true. Could also do that, but lazy. But yeah, how do you not get bored playing by yourself? In Minecraft is I just take it as a chance of like having like a creative brain moment of like, this is just me making art and doing all that type of stuff. It's less about the gameplay of all of it. It's more about the creation that I'm trying to make, and that doesn't require anybody else being involved for that process. So then I still really I have a lot of fun with it. Highway 2 is not fun in the winter. Oh no, I don't go across that in the winter. No, I would rather take I-90. Josephine, thank you so much for the 3 months. I really do appreciate it. But any of the mountain passes in Washington are not fun in the winter. They all suck. Yeah, I'm your fan from Brazil. Welcome on in to that. How we doing? Hello. Okay. I've been doing some work and stuff. Spoiler central up there. But I was coming in before stream and I kind of started working out this space in here. And I'm still debating if I want these or not on the hanging from the stones. I'm trying to make like a shaded garden. So we're going with more shade heavy plants. Still some wildflowers, but for the most part, just bushes and stuff back here for something that'd be like a shaded garden space for behind our orchard that we have out here, where we need to come through and add a few pieces of grass throughout the orchard. But this is kind of where I wanted to start today. Just for a little bit, we'll finish this guy up and then we'll move on down. And I either want to spend some time getting the garden plots throughout this stretch figured out so I can have the detail in, but that also might slightly change once I figure out the actual shaping on those. So maybe not. So we could instead come down and actually continue working on this spot that we figured out last stream. We started to get these areas sorted. So we're gonna need to do that. I've added a little glow lichen in afterwards just to make sure it was spawn proof in there. We'll have to sort all that out. But yeah, so we have this. I kind of want to focus on this section today, I think, now that I'm actually like focusing on it. So we'll probably try and see if we can't get as much of that actually detailed and everything that I can, because I'm kind of in crunch time. I gotta get building all this. We're hacking. We're so hacking. Costa Rica is beautiful, but the roads are pretty bad. Yeah, Costa Rica was amazing. We went once. We were in Costa Rica right before COVID lockdown. Like my fun fact will always be about Costa Rica is that we were on one of the very last flights out to get back into the US when lockdown hit everywhere. We were in Costa Rica when they were talking about shutting down the airports and everything, and then yeah, we were like we were one of the last flights to the States that left Costa Rica to get back. I'm gonna throw that in there just for a little spawn proofage. Can I throw that? Oh, I guess I. Yeah, it looked kind of ugly. Throwing a little glow lichen around just so we can spawn proof it as a little bit more, but trying to keep it pretty low key on lighting down here because we won't be here that much at nighttime, so it really doesn't matter.
It's a fWhip. Thanks for being my main source of inspiration for years. Specify I will see the Wells Night tour of the original building with fWhip World.
Avatar Clash, thank you for the 6 months at tier 2, my dude. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the Wells Night tour was ages ago, but that was such a good one. That was so fun to be able that. I was so happy that he said yes to jumping on with that. That was like a really cool thing for him to do. I'm kind of just throwing in a few Lily of the Valleys as like a single type of flower in here. Well, I guess the wildflowers too, but thought that was kind of a fun way to have a thing. I think I'm just gonna do that there instead. But it's getting there. I think this is looking pretty nice. The goal out of this is a shade garden, so we're not having crazy flowers all over the place. It's more just like green bushes, very P&W garden vibes, to be honest. That's the goal. No grass even. I'm just using bushes and ferns. SJ Red Rabbit, thank you for the 10 gift memberships. I really appreciate that. Thank you. If you got a gift membership, make sure you say thank yous as well, but that's really kind of you. Thank you so very much for all the support recently. I know you've been super supportive over the last few streams, so thank you so very much. Do we want glowberries? Some globberries. A little globbery action right there. That's kind of cool. Just looks like a different type of plant. I think I'm going to get rid of it up here. We can have a few of those dudes hanging. Do we want spore blossoms? That'd be kind of lush cave, not really shade garden. So maybe not. Second stair on the left needs a double tall fern next to the dirt block. The what? Second stair on the left. That? Oh, right there to block that edge. I don't really mind seeing that, but yeah, we could. Why not? Yeah, it works out. A little fern next to it.
Pleased to meet you.
Maybe some little flowers are accidentally growing in here.
On to many more months.
Skylight, thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Thank you. I like using the wildflowers to like break up block lines. You can use them so much as ways to kind of infer that like you're halfway in a block placement. The wildflowers are one of my favorite little decoration blocks to work with now. I've been loving them. This will be my favorite until shelves get announced or get actually added to the game, and then I'll be fully on the shelf life. Cries in Bedrock? What's wrong with Bedrock? What can Bedrock not do about this that we're doing? Hades, what's going on, my dude? Welcome on in. My friends over on YouTube, click the like button if you haven't already. It helps me out a ton, so I really do appreciate the support. We got 500 people in here. We're at 230 likes right now, so help a fWhipper out. Also, this week is going to be another Misadventures video, so hopefully it will actually release on Thursday, not releasing on Wednesday by mistake again, but you know, Misadventures video coming out this week, so gonna look forward to that one. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's a pretty cool one. Let's just do a bunch of sweet berries back here. We don't really have too many of them. Dude, I wish there was a way to stop sweet berries from growing. I feel like that'd be such a, like, make them not produce berry. Like, I think that's what I would love for a sweet berry. Make it not produce a berry. Just get to the full grown bush. Like, that stage. If you just get it there, or even there, then that's fine too. But just like sitting at that stage, oh, that would be amazing. Are you kidding? That's such a cool bush. Look at all of them. They look so much better without the berries on them. I was so confused. I got my days mixed up when you released on Wednesday. Dude, I didn't even realize it until I put the go live notification out, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. I was, anxiety just went through the roof of like, oh God, what did I do? Now that we're on the edge over here, we can start bringing some of our grass back in, because that's a-okay. Okay. With that. And there. And then... I never really do this, but I feel like I should do it more often. Just like little patches that come up just a touch with the moss carpet. I feel like it makes it really cool. I don't know. I've been liking doing that recently. And then just like a few pieces of dry grass in there. It's so good. And then we need to take some of these. Actually, I'm going to do this as spruce. It'll make more sense. That. And then from there, I'm just going to leave it as block going down. We don't need to slab all of it. The students can hoof it up and down, but their first few steps off, they can have some extra blocks, you know. We'll be nice to them up here, but once they're down actually in it, then that's on them. Would green carpet look good as well? I feel like it gets out of my brain so much. Like green carpet's one of those that I'm just like, I can't not see it as carpet. Okay, we'll do that here. That'll work for that one. Any carpet, to be honest. You can, but you can use it a little, I guess, like if you want to do like some in there, but it's just like it's too not grass. I don't know. I have a really hard time using wool in texturing and everything. Like light gray wool's the only one I really use for texturing. I love how you did the fruits on the trees. Looks very good. Thank you. Yeah, we got resin clumps over on a lot of these. And then these guys over here are just flower pots with a sapling in it to make it look like it's like growing out of it. Which I think is pretty cool vibe. But now I just want to go up through a few of the in-between points and just add some of our little sun patches that we have throughout here. Showing up, we'll add some of these. And then we can also do a few wildflowers. That might look kind of cute. Let's get all of our grass in. And then we can come back and replace a few of that with some wildflowers, I guess. We won't have any too tall grass. It's mostly just add a little noise throughout. Wool only works on modern house lawns that are perfectly mowed in lines. Yeah, and then even with that, you have to be very directional about which way you're mowing the lines. Like, showing that, because then you have to go in line with the texture of the wool, too. Like, where wool will always go that way, so your strips have to be going that way, otherwise it looks awkward. Is Discord super behind on the Twitch notification? Yeah, what's new? It is what it is. It always goes that way.
Pleased to meet you.
I love creative streams. They are my fave.
Better girl, thank you so much for the 6 months, and glad you enjoy them so much. Dude, honestly, creative streams are starting to become some of my favorites too. Don't get me wrong, I love my resource grind streams, and I love all that stuff, but something about the creative streams, they just kind of hit. I feel like it's a lot less stress for me, and I moved into a part of my brain that I feel like when I do another stream, I'm like, okay, I have a project that I need to get done. When we're doing these, I'm just like, if we get a build done, cool. If we learn something along the way, great. That's progress. This is like the way that I feel like I can really show how I'm changing as a Minecraft player, and I think that's something really fun.
Pleased to meet you.
fWhip cozy, fWhip cozy, fWhip cozy.
Mandolin, super cozy over there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How we doing today? Welcome on in. Good to have you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so very much for the tier 2 and 19 months, though. How do you make the Lightmatica selection, like in which position and how big each time? Well, this one is a big box here. And then this one is a lot of boxes there. So you gotta figure out what works best for you, is what I would say. But like this one is a box here, and then there's another box all the way over there. Like I'm just throwing all the fields into one so I can just refresh it in position, and they're all in there.
Pleased to meet you.
Today I can't watch the stream because I'm working extra hours. But here's my support.
Hey, no worries at all. The VOD's there if you want to catch it later, but good luck on the workday. I hope it goes by quick. But Arapasario, thank you so very much for the 18 months. I really appreciate the support. Lovely to have you back again. Is this WoW music? Yeah, this is the Elwyn Forest. The only WoW music that I have on the playlist. I'm thinking about pulling in the Howling Fjord songs, though. If you know how... No, sorry, not Howling Fjord. Grizzly Hills. Grizzly Hills. Such a banger. Such good music. Still one of the best soundtracks I think WoW has ever had. For any of the zone music. Oh, Grizzly Hills is amazing. Creative in your survival world, a copy of the world. It's not in the actual world. But yes, I use copies of build. I use a copy of my hardcore world so that I can plan my builds so that I can have more fun playing the game all around. Because otherwise, I'm limiting myself to only what I can make with what I have in the moment, which is fun for a while. There is some charm to playing Minecraft like that. But for me as a Minecrafter, I've realized that if I want to stay engaged with what I'm doing, I need to experience all of the different parts of Minecraft that I enjoy. And creative building is one of those parts of Minecraft that I very, very much enjoy. So the way that I can have the most fun playing Minecraft is by not limiting myself to one way of Minecraft versus over another. And for me, that means I get to enjoy all of my favorite ways of playing the game. Yeah, we'll do the glowberries in there just so it gives a little bit of light, but I think that's pretty sweet. I do want to put a well somewhere. I didn't really leave space for that, so maybe we actually take these little flowers out, and we take this out, and we do just a little tiny well here. Excuse me, sorry. I ate right before stream, and now I'm all burpy. Oh, no. Doesn't need to be covered because it's already under the lip. But it's off-centered, but is that fine? I think it's fine. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna move you down there. That does the same. How often do you build without planning? Depends on the project I'm working on. Sometimes a lot. Sometimes I plan everything. I don't really hold myself to having to keep some certain ratio on all of it. But I would say I'm probably like, in recent times, I would say I probably pre-plan about 80% of what I build. There we go. We can put our little flowers back up there. That's a cute little garden. Can anybody think of anything else that we can add in? Yeah, it's our garden toilet. Exactly. That's the whole purpose of it. Any thoughts on other additions we can make in here? Does that make it more fancy? Less toilet shaped. Oh, that's a grand toilet throne. Cherry leaves. Wheelbarrow. Bird bath. Well, this is meant to be a shade garden, so you probably won't get too many birds or things in here, but... Beehive. A bench. A bench is a good shout. Actually, we already have spruce on the floor, so let's grab some jungle. That could be kind of a vibe, but that's gonna match the floor. Dark oak. We're gonna put a bench that's not gonna be like super in the way. I didn't really plan for bench. I kind of just filled in space. You know what? Maybe we just do like a bench here. Actually, I'm not gonna do it at the. I'm gonna do it only along the back. You know what I'm super excited for? Is the new shelves for making like benches and bird baths and things. Maybe a potting table, maybe a cart down the road carrying plants away. Ooh, a potting table's kind of cute. That's a good idea. Need more functionality in the garden, but yeah. Well, out here we can make some small little composter bins for like what they'd use for carrying fruit out. Y'all got good ideas. Thank you. We do some like this. Bam. And that I've also done before in the world already. We've had some like ladders. Don't look under it. I swear the ground's solid. Just don't look under. So we can have some ladders set up for where they're kind of working.
Just out of curiosity, do you know if Lizzie is going to make any misadventures merch?
SJ Rabbit, thank you for the dono. I do not have any information on that. And not even that like, hee, I know something's coming. I'm not aware of anything currently. And I think that would be a whole group decision before anything would go live. So yeah, I don't have info on that right now. I would say if it's gonna happen, it'll probably be towards the end of the series as like a commemorative, like I was here type thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any information. It'd be cool to have something come out, but not too sure because I know we did the Empire's pins like way after Empire's was over. But if we did something for Misadventures, probably would be a lot sooner. Rumor around the fWhipiverse though is there might be something coming out around my birthday. I don't know. Rumors, speculations. What oak trap doors look like on the ladders? What would oak trap doors? Oh, I mean, it would just be brighter. I kind of like the dark contrast that we get out of this, so you can see it from far away. So you can be like, oh yeah, that's like a ladder. I like the dark contrast it gives, whereas oak would just blend in a ton, which is why I'm going with these guys. These paths seem a little small for horse riding. They're not for horse riding. So, if so, good problem? Good problem. I don't know. Yeah, all the paths here are purely for like students who are going to be working in the fields and everything as it's all going. I think I'm going to take right here and do that little potting station somebody mentions. We can just have like some pots in here. And then we can have like a fern in one of them or something like that. I was also thinking, somebody said something along the idea of I think I saw it somewhere, of like a compost pile. I think that could be kind of cool. So I think we can try that, which would be, we can do some podzol, we can do some mycelium, we can yeah, we're working on the university today, Kev. We could do some soul soil, maybe. Let's do this. That was you. Thanks, Moosey. Yeah, let's like compost bin right next to the benches. Maybe not. But if we did it right here, that's right underneath the university. I think we got a compost bin smelly. Next to a gardener shack would make sense. It would, like, a covered area for people to get out of the sun could be a good shout. Tell y'all what, let's go with that. What's a slab we want to use for this? A mangrove. This is super, super intensive music for building a shack. This is the most intensive shack building music ever. It's not even a shack, it's just gonna be a little lean-to tent of sorts. Oh, that's what, there it goes. What are your feelings about the next drop? I think there's a lot of cool things coming with it. I think it's gonna be a fun drop to have once it's here. I think the copper golems are more interesting. I was not too hyped about them when they first announced, because I was thinking of their old mechanics, but now that it's like fully separated in the inventory sorting stuff, I think that's pretty cool. I think the new shelves are pretty sick, so I'm excited for those. I have trapdoors down here twice, and I was about to put it on a third time. Good job, me. Let's go this way. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun drop. I think it's gonna be cool. I think there's a lot of cool building materials and things coming into the game, which would be really, really nice to have. I'm not super set on any of the like extra stuffs, I guess. I'm still like, I think vibrant visuals is something that it needs to be fixed before it's brought into Java Edition. It is such a bad, vibrant visuals is absolutely terrible right now. It's really a bummer that they released that, but yeah, I think everything else in the drop is pretty fun. I'm getting worried if vibrant visuals releases like it's currently shown into a drop for Java. Like I would never use it. It's that bad. So I'm hoping that they fix it before. Sure, let's give them a dark oak leaf. What's the update? Copper golems are coming. Shelves are coming, which are a new like block, kind of this shape, like a trapdoor up and down, but a little thicker on the top and bottom. You can store things in it. Yeah, I'm not the intended audience for some of the main features of the new drop, but there's enough that I can appreciate. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as that. I think it's gonna be fine. End thought. I think it's gonna be fine. I know the only seat is actually not inside, so maybe we do like it. They can have another little seat here. We can just have like a few little chairs around. Nah, maybe not. It's just a place they can hang and get some refreshments as they might need. Bedrock vs Java has 2 different teams, so they potentially started working on it earlier. Yeah, Bedrock 100% had Vibrant Visuals team working on it there because they need to reprogram the Java programming language in order to
40 months, wow.
get it released. What the heck is back here? Why are you here? It's weird. 40 months. Wow, Charlotte, thank you for the 40 months. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just throw that compost pile right here. Why not? It'll be fine. We're just gonna make it look like it's oh, but now my bench is in the way. Ugh. Stupid bench. Fine, move the bench forward. Oh. And then we can grab some mushrooms and just dot those in. We can leaf litter it. The leaf litter can help tone down the mycelium. There you go. A little something. That might be too many mushrooms. You could also use mangrove roots. Mangrove roots have the problem that they don't really look like compost, I think. Like they're giving more stick than that, where this would be like plant waste. Wild Zadibbles appeared. Oh my gosh. Hey, how we doing, dude? Welcome home. Thanks. Gotta hang out later this week. Now that we're back in the States. Hi, hi, hi. Muddy mangrove? Oh, yeah, that's a block. True. The one right next to the one that I grabbed. Mm-hmm. True. Yeah, that works. That works really well. Good call. I made one down here. What did I use in it? What am I missing? Nothing. This one's just... That one's honestly less detailed. Ugh, gross. Ew. Brigham, welcome on in. How we doing? You'd always do a pile of branches near the trees. I feel like it'd be something that they're cleaning up constantly. Like, that's the way that I'm envisioning it, for because like, there's students who are going to be working the fields and everything out here constantly. So I feel like they would be, in my brain, they're going to be constantly cleaning things. Let's move that over 2 blocks. I don't want to detail along here too much yet, because I do want to get a bunch of like bushes and things along that. Like the kind of reaching up the vines a little in here. You saved me from my corporate boredom. Sorry, Chase. Well, actually, happy to help, I guess. Not sorry. A wheelbarrow. Yeah. Ew. Why are you down there? Ew. Where are all those things down there? I'm gonna just move those up. Maybe that. No. Yeah, that. That looks better. Maybe that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'd do it. We'll do 2 sizes of wheelbarrow. Sprucey spruce for a sign. Do that. Bam, 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 bam. Spruce stair. And then we're going to do boop.
Keep it real.
I'm working on a castle with a mix of brown blocks like packed mud and deep slate for the roof. But it looks boring since everything the same color. Any tips to add contrast without losing the rustic vibe?
Yeah, you want to see my block palettes I'm going with? Because honestly, it's this. I'm not going to show the castle itself. You can look at these, but when you're thinking about those rustic colors, you also have all of these for highlights. You also have all of these for your shadows. You can even stretch in some more. You can also add some red sections with terracottas, and then with the terracottas, you can, where did I put them? You can also throw in light gray terracotta because that'll match the grout line out of there, and it's also a terracotta, so those 3 work really well together if you go into that area. But I would say you got these 3, it sounds like, for your base, and then you can kind of work into those. And then for your roofs, you can also jump into some tufts, and you have the 4 different types of deep slate, and you also have blackstone. So make sure you're not gonna be stretching out too far away from it, or don't limit yourself too much, being like, I'm using deep slate, it all has to be here. Add in some tuff. You can add in some darker deep slates. You can add some blackstones. But this right here will help you a lot. And on the color wheel, this, bam, bam, and then bam. The oak, even though it looks brighter than the jungle, in here from far away, it'll look darker and more noisy, so it actually works a little bit better. And there's your spoiler. But yeah, that's what I'll give you for some tips on there. That should help you out. Is university using animals in any way, like rabbits for manure, or goats for lawn trimming? Ooh, goats could be funny. We have sniffers over there. That'll be a little sniffer ranch out in front. So we can work on that a little later. I wish there was like a layered thing, like snow layers that we could use that would be brown. I guess we'll just put dirt in. He's just loaded with dirt. I have so many hot bars, dude. I need to clear these out. Whew. I got too many hot bars, y'all. I'm on page 5 of hot bars, and it goes 6, 7, 8. Dude, I'm all the way on to page 9 of hot bars in Axiom right now, and I gotta delete some of these. You do something with fish ponds to collect their manure? Yeah, I mean, fish are a lot of the nutrients and stuff in there, so we could definitely do some fishy things down in here. My friends, make sure you click the like button if you haven't already on the YouTubes. I very much appreciate it. We got almost 900 people in here, and we're at 380 likes right now, so make sure we'll get that up there. Always trying for the 1,000 like goal. So I appreciate y'all taking the moments to do it. 6, 7, dude, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's number counting. You little degenerate TikTok brains. You're just exposing yourself that you're on the internet too much by commenting 6, 7 anytime you hear those numbers, by the way. Why is everyone saying 6, 7? Because it's a meme on TikTok. I don't know. The kitties find it funny, so the kitties will comment 6, 7 anytime that you hear it. You'd attach rabbits to leads underneath the trees, similar to what B-dubs did. I don't want to do anything like that too much, but that would be really funny. Put rabbits up here and just slowly watch them. Wah! That would be pretty entertaining. But we won't do that. No, we won't do that. Thought you didn't go on TikTok. I don't, but I still know the memes because they get said in my chat so much that I have to look them up to make sure people aren't doing something that I should ban them for. I gotta be aware of what the degenerate phrases are on the internet so that I can cut out the ones that need to be cut out. Firefly bush around the compost but I have flies. That's not bad vibe. Not bad vibe. Do we like the bushes? I think the bushes add a little bit of darkness to it. Now I have to Google it. You're fine, Liz. It's not worth Googling. Right, firefly bush. That's what they said. Degeneracy in my YouTube channel? I think not. No, we can have a little degeneracy, but it's just like our own degeneracy. Not anybody else's stupid degeneracy that they made. Love the way you call the younglings. Yeah. That's all I got. Yeah. Put that there because I'll give a little spawn proofage. I think that looks good. I think that's a really, really good strip along here. That's gonna be an absolute pain in the butt to build all of it, but it should look really cool. You know what we could do? We could do some benches out on the rock. Like at the end of the pathway, like maybe they can have their lunch out here. Give them a little bench to look out over everything. I mean, they're giving up their firstborn child for tuition, so just standard university pricing. Might as well give them a semi-decent view while they're working. I mean, learning. Definitely not paying us to work. Yeah. Let's do some little benches. This one we can... I like the idea of having some little mix up between them, so we'll break that up with 2. Crippling college debt is canon in the fWhip world. I mean, yeah, it's just we're mimicking reality. No. You accept firstborn children as payment? Yeah. That's actually that's the expected cost is your firstborn child. We don't have any ladders on this side, but maybe that means that this fruit is still growing, or this is ready to be harvested. So that's lore. That's not us forgetting. That's lore. That's a big brain thought right there. Yeah, that's what we're calling it. A big brain thought. That's what we're calling it now. If you like your firstborn too much, you can give your second and thirdborn, but like, because you know that's a slightly less value to those. There need to be railings for safety. Nah. That's their own fault if they fall off a cliff. I typed 6-7 months on a YouTube post and was extremely confused when people pointed it out. Dude, the first time I learned it was because I in a clip said I gathered 6 or 7 shulker boxes of mud when out in the mangrove swamp, and my comments were filled with fWhip said 6-7, haha 6-7, here's 6. I was just like, what? Oh, apparently I cleared page 1, so Oopsies. Oopsies. Whoopsie, whoopsie. What am I looking for? Where's all my hotbars for building? Here they are. So many of these are just mimics of each other too. They're just different orders of the same thing. It's really, really annoying. This is what I wanted. Actually, yeah. We need to get working on designing some buildings, I think. Got rid of my brick wall. Whatever will I replace for it? That's kind of nice. I like that being a little thicker coming all the way down. After you jump around to different projects to avoid burnout, I try to not limit myself to any project that I'm doing in any one given time. So I'm constantly jumping to different projects, I'd say. Yeah, I would say that I typically try to at least finish a section of a project before I move on to a different project. But if that doesn't happen, that's totally okay. But I'll at least do enough to like finish out the idea in my brain. But for example, after we finish up the university, I'm going to be taking a pretty big break from building in Path, most likely, because we've been going hard building up the city here. I know this is now almost a 3-year-old build project. If you include like this entire region, including the starter base region, we've been building in the space for almost 4 years, with little breaks off and on to go do other things like for a few weeks here and there, but it's been pretty consistent in this section of the world. Here is by far the most built up out of any part of this whole world, because that's world spawn is right there, starter base is right up here, and then like all of the city buildings and everything. Granted, there's some in here that haven't been built on the survival world yet. But I think after this, I want to take a break from like big buildings, and I want to go back into doing some landscaping, mostly from the recent driving and everything that I've been doing, the traveling. I'm like super inspired to get the landscape expanded a bit more. So I want to do an episode or two up there. I have these mountains already planned that I need to actually build and finish chopping this stuff down. So I think that might come after as well. We also have the Italian inspired area out here. This village needs to be done, so we'll probably jump out to one of those projects next. I know I've talked in the past about doing like a happy gas area down here at some landscape that I'd found those super cool. I think it was this location. I've decided instead I just want to incorporate the happy gas into this snowy environment that we're working in up here to do all the like mountains and everything. So as I just think it's going to be cooler to be able to put happy gas in with some snow. I think it'd be kind of fun, and they can serve as like transportation between these different remote villages, and it allows us to do a lot more fun stuff with buildings up on cliff sides that don't need roads to them because happy gas. So I think it's gonna be really cool to be able to do that. Okay, is the plan to build a city at a time? Because you started New Papyrus, you haven't still developed much. More or less, I'm just kind of going where I'm inspired, but like New Papyrus, we have 1 city block and we have 2 city block. Like those are all done. That thing's done in the world. This section here, that house is done, but the rest of those aren't. And then like the big library's done. And all of this is in the world too. So yeah, I'm kind of very much like committed to doing Path right now because it just sounds more exciting to me. But we will come back out here soon, but it'll probably turn into something where we do most of Path and then we come back out here and expand more of this. But I think it's got a good size to it so far. It definitely needs a little bit more love in certain spaces. Like I want to get this area up soon, the large storage area. It's going to be kind of, if you've played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's a lot of storage areas inside those. I know they're like Grecian cities, but I want to do like a big storage section here with a bunch of warehouses that just like covers a huge portion of it. Probably almost all the way back to the city gate, and here is just gonna be warehouses. But I mean, Voxy is so cool. Look at that render distance. Look at that castle in the front, dude. Oh, look at that view right there. Minus the floating block stuff in the back, but dude, it's so good. And I do want to see fWhip attempt to beat the game in that with friends. What am I attempting to beat? Will you be doing a special birthday stream like the Chaos Mandolin did? Oh, I haven't really thought about it yet. Actual birthday day of, we're doing a big birthday party IRL at my house. So I won't likely be streaming much on the birthday itself, but I will be streaming on the 8th. So we'll see where that all lands. I've also decided I think I'm going to get rid of all of the snow on that mountain. Those will stay snowy. I would love to redo them eventually. The snow on these mountains, I think, is going to go away. This one is going to get taller and keep the snow. But maybe we'll snow cap the top of these because they look kind of weird. The snow comes all the way down here and there's no snow on the top. Maybe we need to add some snow into those before we mark these as complete and actually put them into the world. We might have to snowy up the top of them. Like get the top grass areas and maybe some snow blocks coming down in there. Could be kind of cool. We get the College of Winterhold. I mean, Path. College of Path. Yeah, exactly. What month? My birthday's in August. It's the 9th. Why do I kind of want to try this? Why do I feel like this could look kind of cool? That's the tower that goes up, so I gotta fix that later. I've been really liking dripstone recently. Dripstone's been a very, very fun block to work with. Oh. Okay, anyways. Hey, Cryptozoology, how we doing? Let's take a few of these. Turn some into granite. Save ourselves some brick. I'm gonna need so many bricks after this, y'all. Ugh. I'm not excited for that. I'm so not excited. I am excited, but I'm not excited. You know, it's like one of those where you're like, ooh, this looks so cool. I'm so freaking excited for it to be done. But the thought of doing is turning into, we'll do that there. That's, you know, you get that sometimes where you're just like, I don't want to. Well, let's go some, no, we have tough in it. Let's do that. That's not, fungal is not a word in this game. Actually, maybe we do it back here. That leaves like the preserves the front's shape. Oh, hey, Wombat. I think I saw you in here earlier. How you doing today? Welcome on in. There's another one on the cliff. Yeah, he's fine. He's chilling. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Sitting in the car for 6 hours yesterday. Ooh. I'm so sore. Or not sore. Body is just so stiff. Okay. If we did like that. I would prefer it to be like an arch of sorts, but we can't really get an arch. And that, I think, looks kind of dumb, especially from the inside. Yeah, we don't want that. Sorry for all the framiness. You know, that's probably pretty not fun on the eyeballs. But hey, at least it's not the new Bedrock ladder animation. Anybody seen that one yet? Anybody perused the latest animation to climbing a ladder in first-person mode in Bedrock Minecraft? It's in the preview right now. Holy heck. Who thought that was a good idea? Normally, I'm like, yeah, get it, Mojang. Go for accessibility. Yeah. Dude, I saw one video with it, and I was like, I have to put my phone down. I feel motion sick. They tried doing something to fix motion sickness, and I'm pretty sure they just made motion sickness for people who aren't motion sick. There has to be a way to disable that at some point, dude. Oh, it's so bad. Okay. I don't know what I got rid of, but it's fine. Okay, at least it's consistent. Okay, we need to texture it, but I don't hate it yet. Where do I have regular terracotta? Did I get rid of it? I did. Don't need that here. That's a little too much. Trying to preserve the brick in here a little. Like I want the brick to still be like main show through, but just a little bit of difference, you know. That's not bad for a little arch. Yeah? Needs more blue/green from the lantern and terracotta. Nah, we're going with a very warm tone build. We'll add a little bit of highlights and stuff like that throughout, but the focus here is to keep it. Cracked brick would look pretty cool. I think mossy brick would look good. Yeah, we can get a little mossy stuff in. We're gonna get a lot of lushness in throughout here. So like the green that y'all are like, ooh, you need some green. Well, the green will come later. Trust me, it's the foliage university. We'll get green in here some way, shape, or form. There'll be a lot of plants in here soon. I think I'm gonna change this over here though. Make it look like there's like a Actually, I kind of like that way a little bit more. Not too sure what we're going to do on the flooring in there yet, but that way we can actually have like an entrance to get inside this thing. What's the purpose of this building? It's supposed to, I said storage building. This is for the mushroom school. So for all like the, what do we call it? Mycomancers? Like the students who are studying mushrooms and things for growing and all that, the fungal side of the game. So trying to create something that'd be in here, which is why it's like really positioned under the cliff, giving it a ton of shade, prime growing conditions, blah 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 blah, all that cool stuff, you know. I'm thinking a tough floor up here could be sick. My friends, click the like button if you haven't already. We got 1,200 people in here. We're at 500 likes right now, so if you can do me a solid and click the like button, it helps out so very much. I really do appreciate it. For the friends over on the YouTubes. Okay, so we have one there. I feel like I need another door over here. For now, we're just gonna throw a door there. Okay, so we're gonna go probably primarily mud on this building. We need to finish shaping it. It's not the best. Maybe... I don't know. I'm not a big fan of either of that. I want to get something in here though for like a little extra bit of depth to it. But like not an entrance. I've been liking doing this as just like a purely decorative section. So we can get something in here. So we have the space for it. And then that could be accompanied by that little lip in here. Yeah, okay. Once we texture it, it'll make a little bit more sense. Big dark window like the greenhouse. I don't know if I want to do all tinted windows because this is already so far underneath the cliff that I feel like it doesn't need it. Yeah, we got Stardew Valley music. What kind of heathen do you think I am? Of course we got Stardew Valley music. Maybe here, though, we take gray glass. So, like, it still kind of is somewhat darker, but it's not, like, dark, you know? We're going to have to tear down this entire wall here behind it, aren't we? Yeah. We're going to take the frame of this roof and just tear it back just to give it. Oh, dude, the interior of this building is gonna be terrible to make. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Gradient from gray to black to tinted. The problem with that is that the tinted looks so much different to it. Like the tinted glass has different outlines and everything. So I always find it looks really, I mean, I'll try it. I like the idea of the black, but then the tinted, just to me, just that extra shine it has on it messes it up for me. I'll do that though. You won't make the material. The interior, we will. Nah, I'm doing the interiors for these. What about brown? I kind of like the dark in there. Make it symbolically a little bit darker at least. I'm putting these on the inside so that we can still use it as a so we can still use like down here for like leaves and things for decoration. I won't put it on those. Actually, maybe I will. Yeah. So it really shows that that's the entrance in the middle. Oh, would it look weird with just like eyeballs? No, it's fine. Maybe not down here. Jungle signs. Ooh, jungle signs could be good. Actually, I'm thinking jungle signs for. I know it'll only show when you're up close, but that little extra banding that you can get across there would be kind of sick. Just so it's... I would use auto shade out here, but I feel like auto shade is not gonna be able to do what we need it to. Just with the very specific angle we're working on. Auto shade is great for things I feel like that aren't buried behind structures, like the cliff behind us, so I won't use the auto shade here. I usually only use that as a way to like kind of get me in the right direction anyways. I'm gonna change these to tough. A lot of pale moss in here too, so we can also use it for growing stuff on top of it if we want some little grass or little plants or something out here. Oh, okay, that'll do. That's decent. When do you usually stream? I usually start stream at 10:45 a.m. Pacific. Today we started at 12:45, so I am a little late for what I normally tend to do on streams, but that's okay. Some days life gets busy, you know. Do that here. That way we can keep those supports going up and down, but it still gives it a little bit better shape. Again, apologies for all the flashing and everything going on. Are you from America or are you? I'm on the west coast of the US. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm not set on the mud brick walls in there, to be honest. I really wish we had a darker one, but we do not. bit of a problem with it, but we'll... Get a little bit of darkness in here. Yeah, I think we get rid of the mud brick wall. Yeah, that looks a lot better in here. And then we will grab, got rid of my oak. This way it gets a little bit of a darker trim to it. Let's do, yeah. Easy. Okay, cool. That looks better. I think that looks a lot better. Maybe I do like a little... Yeah, I like that. That looks cool. How many hours do you have on your most used mod pack? Well, last year I put 3,000 something hours into this mod pack alone, just for the mods I use for my hardcore world. So, and that's only in the 1 year, and this world's 4 years old, so we're up there. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. Especially from here, that looks absolutely great. I love it. It looks so good from here. This is, yep, love. Love, love, love. What classes will this college have? We have 4 different schools in it. The actual classes themselves, we don't know. But we have the school based around the farmers, because we have our farmers at the university. So, you know, the highest regard. We have the arborists, who are in charge of the trees. We have the mycomancers, who do all of the things based around mushrooms. Actually, I guess we have more, because we also have the hydroponics, which is based around water plants. And then we're also going to have florists, which are based over here, about a bunch of garden plots that'll be based around flowers. We got a little shade garden. These are all the arborists to take care of the trees. And then we have our farmers who will be manning fields all around everywhere in here. So, is fWhipins a teacher here? Maybe we need to make fWhipins reappear. Maybe we can give fWhipins a spot here. Actually, I want that mud brick going straight across the bottom. But then we get rid of it all up above. And then it'll look like it's kind of got like a line across, you know? That looks cool. That looks really cool in here now. I'm digging it. The tough, I'm not in love with yet, to be honest. I think it might need like a little like a little like Like a little like, you know, a little like, yeah. A little like, you know, yeah. You know, yeah. Will you design an interior for the university? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it myself. I'm hoping to do it as we do every single video releases from this. I'm hoping that there is an interior done with all of it. Cover the top of the tough thing with an oak trap door. Maybe, honestly, I think this might work better. I like the idea, though. Yeah, that'll work.
Pleased to meet you.
33 months fWhipping snapping amazing.
33 months. Havoc Tracks, thank you so very much. I hope you're doing well today. Hellos, hellos, hellos. How we doing? Good to have you. Hope your week's going well so far. Just a wee little. You building the university right now? We're still planning it in the creative side, but I am about to start building it in the actual world. Back with snack and tea. Welcome on back, Miss May. How we doing? Okay. Over on these other sides, I want to start getting these windows sorted. The doorways, I'm kind of thinking we just... Oh. That'd be awkward. Why'd nobody tell me? How could you all do this to me, chat? You didn't let me know that I didn't pick up the waxed one? Unreliable. I'm just kidding. That's my fault. Does the university have a name? The fWhip University. Established 2025. Yeah, the trapdoors are all waxed. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to just get back into doing this. Or I think I'm going to continue that idea coming around. I know that that goes all the way back to here. So that's fine. You can just do that as like a weird little supporty beam thingy-mabop. And I can come probably right about here. And we'll do something like that. I don't know. Kind of cool. Just gives it a little bit of, maybe just the one tall. Two tall's a little too much. Yeah. Are you in creative in the hardcore world? We're in a copy of the hardcore world. This isn't the actual hardcore world. Do not worry. This is all legit. That doesn't feel fancy enough. We gotta do glass. Gotta get them glass. Yep. Okay. Now back to the texturing I keep avoiding. Gives it a big highlight on the edge there. And I think that works well because it's also like in the light a little. So we're thinking about, we're going to see it mostly from like out in these angles or from walking around. And I think that little echo of the light or the little over reflection gives it. What do you need to get accepted to the university? You got to show a love of plants. Many, many years of plant study. Very, very hard to get in. Super, super difficult to make it into the university. Only the best of the best of the farmers of the world. I didn't put any of this over here. We're gonna have to change that. Yeah. A little bit right back here. Okay, we'll put a little jungle here just to give that some highlight, but we're not gonna go any with the oak or any of that because that would be, this is definitely much more shaded here at the back. So we can play off of the lower level, light level of Minecraft to begin with, but then we can also play off with not adding any like extreme shadows. I think it can help. We'll do that. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty good. Empty plants. I don't know if my cactus have a place here. They could. We actually don't have anywhere for cactus yet. I'll have to remember to add cactus into somewhere. Ooh, idea, thought. Thought. Kind of like it. Yeah, we have a cactus program based out of New Papyrus for the cactus and the cactus flower. That could be it. Are the fWhip Family Farms sponsors of the university? Yeah. The fWhip Family Farms is definitely like an offshoot of the university. Some banners. Banners are hard because they're entities, so they don't render in from super far away. So we're not going to use them now, but we can do that when we get into like the finer detail stages of all of it. I'm definitely open to having banners in somewhere. This is just going to be a big granite archway in here. Something like that. Big wide door. I don't know. It'll lead into somewhere. Probably like a big lecture hall or classroom or something. I think it'd be kind of a fun vibe. We are going to need absolutely so much mud and so much mud brick. This is going to suck. Actually, since that's tough up at the top, let's just do that whole wall there. Because, you know, what's better to gather than mud when I could go gather tough? Yeah? Ah, somebody thought. Not well, but they thought. Still no idea at all what I was thinking when I picked this as my block palette. Besides, hey, that looks really cool. And now I'm building probably the largest mega build in this world that's like a structure, not a tree or a landscape. And it's almost completely made out of mud, brick, and tuff. That's kind of it. Yeah, there's trees, farming, flowers, water plants, well, and mushrooms. So I don't know where the mushrooms fit in. The mushrooms definitely have their own. So I guess there's 5 schools. We have arborists. We have farmers. We have mycomancers. We have hydroponics. And we have florists. That's kind of the main one for now. Mushrooms aren't plants technically, yeah, but they fit in at the university, so it's fine. I believe that's the 5 that we have. There might be another that I'm missing, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Do I have a mud farm? I do, but it's not fast. It is so much faster. They go destroy a mangrove swamp and come back. My friends, click the like button if you haven't already. It helps me out a ton, so I really do appreciate y'all taking the time to do it. We got 1,500 people in here on YouTube, and we are currently sitting at 617 likes. So we got over 800 people haven't clicked the like button yet. So if you can, it really, really helps me out. So I really appreciate you taking the time to do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Actually, here, to kind of add a little bit. I don't know why. Just, I feel like a dark oak little, like, drain gutter, like, drain spout of sorts there could be kind of cool.
Pleased to meet you.
Not that we're really going to get much water gathering on this roof, but we'll add another one here. We're going to break up the symmetry of the different sides. Who is that? Mathis, thank you so much for coming to member, my dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Will the mushroom school study the mushrooms? Yeah. They're gonna eventually. It probably won't happen right away, but we're gonna do a big cave entrance because then we'll have to hollow out a heck of a lot of space back here, and we'll do some like giant caverns where we can have like mushroom themed areas. Oh, hello. I've also, you'll see right up there, the back of the doorway. I don't want to show you the other side of that because I've been interior building and I can't spoil my interior. We're not at 1,000 likes yet. But there's a big door right there that could theoretically open and connect through the caverns to be able to be another way that they can get from here to up there. So that would be the scale of the cavern if you think about it. So that's kind of something we got to look forward to eventually. But we're not there yet. So that's not this eventually. That's later eventually. Actually, that needs to go. I forgot that I had this go down. I was like, what? Yeah, you got that? Okay, good. I'm really excited to start detailing these things. These little greenhouses are gonna be so fun. A full mushroom themed greenhouse. Oh, it's gonna be so cool when it's done. I'm so scared about doing it though. It'll be cool, but oof, that's gonna be tough. See, I hear eventually, and I start thinking of my shot. Fair. Hey, Caitlin, how are we doing? I'm doing well, thanks. What about bamboo, reeds, and cactus? Sugarcane will be down here, probably. I'll add some over here just as a reminder. Yeah, I need to go through the list to make sure I'm getting all the plants situated in different areas. Hydroponics. Sugar cane. No, I'm not doing that. Sugar cane, small drip leaf, sea grass. Yeah, we'll do that there. Compost area. Oh, we did have a compost area situated over here that we can build in a minute. This guy here needs to be turned into deep slate. Tone it down just a touch with a little bit of that lighter deep slate in there. But that should work. Not a big fan of how that guy turned on the corner there, so we'll get rid of him. We'll just do that. And then that's just a straight line. Don't likey. Don't like the stair steppy. Okay. I'll tell you what. I need to go use the restroom, so I'll be right back real quick, and then we'll get going on it more. One moment. Okay, we're back. About to be so entertained by the chair. Yeah, I hope the chair really got you all going. Really gave you some good content there. Was the wall always greenish? That wall? No, it's just the light right now. Just how the light's reflecting off of it. There's very, very bright outside green trees reflecting light that are giving that little like greeny bit right up there. It's just from the way the light's reflecting in from outside. The holy chair, and he's back. Oh man, I'm telling you, every time I leave we get like 100 likes. I'm gonna leave that. I want to keep tinkering with it, but I think I'm gonna move on for now. How do we want to sort this gate? Kind of like the idea of just some crazy high arch. Like literally just like an arch like that. Or do we want this intersection to be tough? I kind of like the idea of tough now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see. And then we could extend it just an extra bit there. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty good. That's a cool little arch in there. Yeah, cool. Okay. Before I forget, where did that tough go? Yeah, I gotta fix these hot bars, man. They are. We're gonna turn on full bright for a few and just work on some of this stuff. Yeah, that'll be fine. This big guy here, I'm thinking it's gonna be all brick, and then we'll texture it. obviously it will get a little bit of texture. Oh, that's already in there in the world, so we can just leave that as is. Okay, there's that. I really don't know what the purpose of this tower is going to be. So besides just like a stair tower to be able to get up to this walkway, that's kind of all I've really like envisioned for it. But maybe honestly this does go back to mud here. I think that might have looked a little bit nicer. The brick, maybe it's just because the brick isn't textured yet, but that was a lot of just this line. Will the city guard have an academy to train and maintain weapons and equipment in? There's a few like barracks around the city, but I'm not making like a official city guard something or another type building. I haven't made one. I shouldn't say I'm not going to. I just haven't made one yet. So maybe, but no current plans to. Why do I kind of want to try this? But a little bit more downward weight. Almost looks like a sword hilt. You could take like that up a little bit more and it'd be like a sword plunging in the ground, which is kind of fun. Is it underfunded? The city guard? No, there's just, I mean, yeah, I guess technically, in lack of a better term, you could say it's underfunded, but it's not out of like any bad. It's just that there's not really war in the world. It's more there as like just a presence. I like the idea of adding like a ring like this around, but I don't really like it coming in like here and breaking that shape up, but we might need to. Also, this will be purely decorative. It won't have a function. It'll just be there for decoration. Kind of nice. Is it more door effect? Going for that door effect, you know? Just like make it look really door-like. My like pure brick palette sheet is gone. I have so many different ones for mud. Like I don't need you. That's literally right up there. Minus that. So we just do that. And I can get rid of these guys. And then we could grab our brick. Granite. Terracottas. Okay, now we got our brick one back. That'll be good. I deleted that at some point. The loom look good? Kind of. You'd always say war happened at a distant time, and now is the time of peace. All the ruins around can easily suggest that. True. Yeah, I mean, the idea that's went behind this university, for those who don't know, the idea is that it was previously the palace of a ruler who ran the entire city, but then was ousted by the city of Path, and now it is a university. Like, instead of allowing the ruling family to keep the palace, that it was turned over to the city, and they've turned it into a university to honor like the tree and everything that's up here. So there already kind of is some lore about the past of it, but not a whole ton. Soup Taster, what's up, my dude? How we doing? Welcome on in. How do I feel about the shelves coming? I think the shelves are gonna be awesome, dude. I'm really excited for the shelves. I'm trying to not dive in super hard and be like, I want them now, but also I'm pretty ready for them. I think the way that you can describe my excitement for the shelves is that I'm thinking about doing a build tips video of how many different ways can I make the shelf work and do something. And y'all know me, I don't normally like doing that type of video. So if that says anything, I think it shows how excited I am for him. Add another window right here. Wait, have I missed lore? No. You just missed some big time lore. Super big lore. I don't really cover the lore too much in videos and things just because I actually don't really know why. I kind of like it's because I like to let the builds speak for themselves. So I try and embody the idea of those things, but if I'm not telling you all about it, but some people can still figure it out just by watching the video, that's when I feel like I did a really, really successful job on the video. So that's typically the reason, I guess, so I don't really share a whole lot of the lore stuff. Okay, I'm gonna change the bottom in here to tough so it matches. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Easy second channel lore stories. True. Rofo, true. When are you making videos again? Yours were all over my home feed for a while and now they've been gone. What's up with that? Hope you're doing well, dude. Did you hear about Vintage Story? It's like realistic Minecraft. I've heard about Vintage Story, not Vintage Story though. Would you mind if I took inspiration from the Plant University for a story? As long as you're making it all your own and you're not just directly ripping what I got, please use inspiration from whatever I'm working on. I think inspiration is a constant cycle of you get inspired by different things, you share that inspiration with others, and it can inspire other people. And I've never been one who's been like, no, you can't take my idea, this is my idea. No, please go right ahead. 719 likes. Oh dude, we're getting up there, we're almost there. Click the like button, you get super cool stuff. Can I put a door in here? That might work. I almost forgot to ask. I'm starting a fantasy story. Would you mind if I use Goblins inspo? I want cave pickles. Yeah, no, if I've ever inspired y'all to get something going, whatever it might be, like, my answer for if you can use it is always going to be yes. I just ask that you use it in your own unique way. Like, always just put a spin on it. Whatever I'm working on, whatever I got going on over here has been inspired by many other things in life. I typically don't know where all those sources came from when I'm thinking back on it, but I know that like the ideas of a lot of things like came from inspiration from other sources. So I'm a big advocate of, if you get inspired by something, just send it, but make sure you're actually getting inspiration from the thing and not just saying, oh, I was inspired by this, and then you just word for word copy it, you know, like, Like at least like change the answers a little bit so then the teacher reads it, they don't think we copied each other. But like, yeah, you know that type of inspiration, like the real where you're still making your own thing. That's what I would say is always a yes, 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 yes. Go right ahead. Love to hear that y'all are inspired. It's very textured, but I kind of like it. Kind of cool. I like that. Part of me wants to try adding a big mushroom out the side of it. I think that might be a little too high fantasy. I don't think I'm doing it. But instead, though, maybe make 1 or 2 of the bricks at the side of brick wall for simulating erosion. Well, I would say that they're maintaining the buildings. I was thinking about like having a strip in here in the middle that had just like that, like it was a window that got boarded up or something. Do that. Simulate like where the other windows are. They can be here too. Even throw a lovely granite on it. Oh. Rude. Get out of here. You're not welcome here. Yeah, go back in that house. Can I do that? No, it's kind of head hitty. Just have it going here. Yeah, what do you think, Skellington? You like it? Maybe a big tree with fungi growing off of it. Ooh, we could do a tree. Okay, well, this is going to be the floor in here. We need to... Need to get this all fixed up. Ew. Grass. Oh, I did acacia along there. Oh, right, because I was trying to make it look like a pipe that they're bringing water in over here. Right. No, I want to go that way. There we go. Right. I'm remembering what I did now. Equip the people, me, has to know. Will there be an affordable student housing? Yeah. That's the cost of your third born. Yeah, my thought is that there'll be like student housing in the upper sides parts of these buildings. There'll be student housing like in some of the interiors people have made in here. There's a lot of extra bedrooms. Like I know I can't remember who built this one, but this entire building is basically just bedrooms above the first floor. So there's gonna be a lot of places for students to live, and especially like a lot of these places are gonna have housing for them. I'm hoping to, spoilery, woo, not 1,000 likes yet. But I'm hoping to have a lot of like dorm rooms and things either in the upper sections or the lower sections of these buildings. I haven't figured out. I'm going to wait until I do the interior, but there's going to be a lot of housing everywhere that I can cram it in. I will add more student housing. Maybe even like the lower section of here can be like a skinny spiral staircase down the center, and then we'll poke windows in throughout the outsides, and so you can have like split it up into sections of 4 and just bam, 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 different layers. A union and a free gym. No free gym. There's no gym because they weren't too popular in this time era.
Can't believe you're finally doing work on the university. I haven't been able to catch a stream in a while. I've been so busy with work.
Aries, thanks so much for the 33 months at tier 2. Regardless, lovely to have you back. Hope the work stuff will be able to calm down for you soon, though, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. Okay, let's get some spruce, as we need to take. I need to add brick to there. Actually, I don't need to add brick to there. I need to turn this into brick. It's fine. It's unfortunately only going to be too tall, because we must put beam. Beam must go across. We got to put a ceiling in. We can't just send floor above. No. We ain't about that life. We're not that lazy. I don't know if this is faster, but I think it is. Using Axiom. Axiom, why would you fail me? Okay. And now we need to get a polish tough. Why not? And we need to get some candle. Let's go with orange candles because they're fun. Rid of you. Bam. Bam. We're probably gonna need more than 3, but we can add a little glow lichen in wherever we really need some extra lighting, which I'm assuming will be back in here. Well, actually, can I? I can. Yay! Look at this. Look at this magic right here. Secret space. Glazed. Secret space. Flower pot. Okay, Shaw. Wha-bam! Yeah. Secret space. Why orange candles? I don't know. I use orange and light blue candles mainly when I'm doing things in the world. I'm always just like, it's kind of what I use as my brand colors is very much orange and light blue. So I like to throw that in for wherever I'm doing Minecraft build stuff too. Is when in doubt, I just throw in a little bit of orange or a little bit of light blue. You'll see it commonly across a lot of the builds that I do. You'll just see random bits of orange and light blue being thrown into spaces. Okay, for now, I'm going to not commit to doing this. So we're going to make the door closed. But if we do find time, we will just open said door. Wall. I already had that down there. Good job, me. Gray glass. And a lever. Go bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. The longest arch you ever done, did Elise. Let me get rid of the levers. Yep. Then we're gonna go here. We're just gonna do that's not really that fancy, but I was thinking behind it would be Podzol. Just like here. Maybe not all the way there, but just like that little section. But then you can't really see it. What can I use here? I guess I could use... we'll just go dark oak. And then I want to do some mushroom. Mushroom, mushroom, mushroom. Eee, snake. Gives it a little bit of something. This is 250% brightness, by the way. So this is actually what we'd be seeing it as. So we need to get a little bit of light back in here. Maybe I'll bring that up. And we can do our candles again. Yeah, why not? Soul lantern, chandelier would look nice. I don't really want to throw a chandelier out of the rock, though, is the problem. We'll probably do some vines hanging around this as if they're draping from the rock, I think would be cool. But I don't want to do... I don't know. I'm not a big fan of soul lanterns, to be honest. I just don't. They're not my favorite. You know what? Here, right by that, because it's going to be so dark anyways. Let's just do a little... Why the heck not? Maybe we can actually, like, turn it into world lore that the brown mushroom block that we use everywhere for all of this texturing actually is, like, something that is produced from mushrooms, like, but they figured out a way to solidify it enough for walking on that it's as good as, like, packed materials. Could be kind of funny to try and figure out how we could do something like that. Also, I'm kind of digging the idea of doing something here just to push the shelf back a touch, and then we can create a little thing. That would kind of open it there. Now it's a face. So now we need little eyeballs, obviously. Obviously. Yeah, probably wither roses will go down here, and all of the nether stuff. Now it's like really, really staring at you. We're not keeping that. That's too much. That's too face. It's worth a shot. Sometimes you shoot and you miss. I still think I can figure out how to do walls in here somehow. Maybe that. But then this.
Pleased to meet you.
Omga stream, it's been 84 years.
Oh my gosh, Anima, thank you for the 84-year membership. I really appreciate all the support. That's insane. I really thank you so very much. Now it looks like a spider. No, it doesn't. That's not spidery. Actually, though, thank you for the 55 months. Pretty close to 84 years. Pretty close, pretty close. I think the crimson will pop a red because it can go in. Haha, yeah, let's do that. I mean, you still can barely see what the heck's up there. So, like, you can't see anything in here. Oh, that's funny. Huh. That's kind of cool looking. Then we can get, where are the hanging bangs? Oh, I forgot these can hang off of leaves. Oh, I always forget that, dude. Because for some reason, glowberries can't. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. There we go. That's a pretty cool view. I really wish we had wall mushrooms. You know those mod packs that have like the little mushrooms that you can like change a red or brown mushroom to stick on a wall? Oh, I want that, dude. That's what I want in Minecraft. Screw shelves. Give me wall mushrooms. Give me a mushroom shelf. Yeah. There we go. That'll work. I kind of like that. I was just taking my donkey out to mine some sand and found he had sand in his chest. Oh, Aspen, big win, dude. Big win. In the hallway, the last wood beam is in the wrong spot. All the others have 4 in between them. Ah, it is. You just saved me 3 strip spruce logs. Why is this one up 3? Oh, that one is off. Thank you. On a mushroom kick today? Nope. Just mushroom school. Make sure y'all click the like button though. Oh, wait. To get a little bit of extra light down there, what if we do... I don't think it's going to cast all that much light in, But we need to get it up here for the walkway regardless. That doesn't really do much. Yeah, it's okay though. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's okay though. Makes a spawn proof up here, which is important. Huh. Huh, 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 huh. What am I doing? I'm losing everything, dude. I'm losing my marbles. I never had them. Okay. I think I like it enough. I think I like it enough to like put it on pause for now. Yeah. Do that. Yeah, actually, it would only open from one side most likely. Some big grand door, they'll go like whoosh. That'd be something for misadventures right there. Delete that. I like it. I think this is a good vibe coming into here. I do declare that I like it. Get a little leaf litter down in here too. Make it look a little bit dirtier. Oh, sorry. That was me. Sorry. That was Windows. Thanks, OneDrive, for giving me an announcement that I should use your services, but I never want to. Thanks, though. I do declare, it still looks like it does not look like a spider, bro. There's 5 eyeballs. Spiders have at least, like, what, 8? That scared me. Yeah, sorry. That was my Windows. That wasn't your Windows. Okay, we're also going to get some extra light once we get this thing built here. So maybe we get this little face in here figured out. I think because we have mud all the way around, I think I want this one to be made out of brick. And we will take waxed copper grates. I hope y'all are so ready for Wednesday's resource gathering live stream. I hope y'all are so ready, dude. I don't know if you can be ready. I don't think I'm ready. All I know is I'm scared. It's gonna be a tough time. I know, it really is. It's gonna be a rough one, y'all. It's gonna be a rough one. What do we put in here? I kind of want to have like pale oak saplings around down here. I feel like that's a good plant to have in this area. And then we can put a wither rose in this one, because why not? try. Might be a little bit too much in the way of the granite, but we could try that as our divider and then have up here being actually only terracotta. I don't know. With like a little bit of granite. And then down here we can make a little bit. That would be more on the brownie gray or the brownie side though. Yeah, I mean you can barely see that up there, so that ain't gonna do much. How long are you planning to stream today? Just kind of until I get tired, to be honest. Trying to eat. Shoot. One sec, sorry. Sorry, I gotta send something to Marcos real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Be some sort of an office in here. I should move it over. That way it pops a little bit more. They got some glow lichen for it. Using the mushrooms to light things up. It's nice to chill for a while because it's 94 where I am. It feels like 104. Oof. Oof. Ouchie. Let's see, if we just do a 15 light source back here. That actually gives a lot more light out of that. And then we would also say have one probably up here-ish. Which that casts a little bit more light out of there, which is fun. Yeah, I think that helps this space. That balances it out a lot more. But I am thinking instead of that at the top, I know I literally just said, ooh, what if we did only terracotta? But this is why we're doing this. Yeah, that looks much better. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm also thinking that we make this window right here too tall. Yeah, I like that. That looks more fun. Cool. Lower the trim by 1. I kind of like it being weighted to the top half. I don't like putting trims like right smack dab in the middle. I actually prefer to have it weighted a little bit more. I feel like if we move it down, it's going to be exactly split 50-50, which I don't think would be as good of a vibe. We could disrupt it a little. But then that just fully blocks the windows. So maybe not all of it, but maybe just in front of the tall one. Can I give a dog a bone block? No, they can only have actual bones. No bone block for the puppo. It'd be too much. It would hurt their tummy. Where are the particles coming from? Your resource pack? No, it's the firefly bush. It's a new Minecraft block. Not super new, but somewhat recently new. I got rid of all of the leaves I was using. I do not need this anymore. Dark oak leaf, spruce reef. We're gonna go add a few of these boys throughout here. Okay. I feel like the mushroom aspect down here is going to be a little weird, but we can do a lot of our warped and crimson stuff on the outside for these little gardens. So we can have our nether sprouts, our warped roots, and then we're going to have crimson. Dude, I do wish crimson vines had like or crimson roots had like a nether sprout version instead of only just being these big boys. So we're gonna take this and just some grass to help blend it back in with the green. I think it can actually work out pretty well in here. I think for most of this we're just gonna do the warped. People said we need a pop of a blue or green, so this is pop of the blue and the green, right? Yeah, that'll work. And then we can go back to our shade garden stuff and start filling in a few of those over here. Do I have glow licking done anywhere? I'm just gonna put one in here to spawn proof that. I'll put one in over here. And probably one right there just to get all of the spots, and then also one up there. I'm assuming along the edge here won't be spawn proof, but whatever. Actually, this is something that we do need to make sure is spawn proof, because what are we at here? Block 0, but okay, it's got skylight though. It's got skylight coming all the way back, so that's fine. We don't have to worry about mob spawning there during the day. Okay, there's that. And cool. Where are those ferns? Let's make a few of these just pop up towards the back. I don't want it to be all one level as it's moving throughout, but we also don't want it to be too much. But yeah, that's actually kind of cool. I like that. Forever World is amazing. Thanks, dude. American Mailing, you have a good one. All right, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, make sure y'all like the stream. I do appreciate it. Helps me out a ton. But seriously, you could use that cave to display all your Halloween mobs. I want to put them whenever we get around to building this thing down here. I want to move all the Halloween mobs into a big cave in there. That's going to be kind of like a mob collection area. I'm trying to not collect any more mobs or things in this part of the world because there's so many entities here already that it's getting extremely laggy. Especially if we had more stuff. So I'm trying to push those farther out into areas that would not be loaded when we are just working around in this, because this is wherever you have your storage room in your world, which this is basically my storage room here between all of this stuff, and we have a lot of auto farms in here. Wherever you have all of that stuff, you want 0 entities. And I already, unfortunately, have my villager trading area here, which is why I'm trying to make villager trading halls elsewhere in the world so we can slowly decommission the one here. I don't think I'll remove the villagers unless I absolutely have to, but I'm not allowing myself to add more villagers into the trading cave there. I guess would be my thought for now. Okay. We've got this guy. Dude, we've been working on just this for an hour and a half today. I guess we did I did most of that before stream. I was like 40 minutes up there, and then the rest of that is just all of this, dude. Oh. Builds why you take so long. Do that. Let it climb. Let it climb on up there. Now. What if we came up to this height? All the way across here with mostly dead coral below? A thought. A wee little itty bitty thought, maybe? Back here is also just going to be tough. Actually, no, we'll turn this into coral too. Where'd that coral go? I'm trying to incorporate some, like, gray parts to it all. Like, I don't need it to be only tough, blah, 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 or only brick and granite and the browns and everything. I think adding that little bit of extra contrast with having some gray parts in, I think is going to be very, very good for the build overall. But like here, we obviously want to break away from that being too much tough on tough, so we can add a little bit of like the divider with the green in there. It's mostly not tough, which is, I think is good. First stream in a while. This looks amazing. Thanks, dude. It's Nicola. Thanks for stopping by. There's gonna be a lot in here. There's gonna be a lot of coral together. Oh, there's gonna be a lot of coral that we're gonna need. What's worse, gathering tough or gathering coral? I don't really know. You're filling some cobblestone. It's an inside wall. I want to say it's probably gathering coral is worse than gathering tough, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. I guess I want to start with brain coral as the base, then we texture on top of it, so I don't know why I'm adding all this tough in. The same with this wall back here. Well, actually...
Pleased to meet you.
Hope you're doing well, friend. I've got to log off and do my own stream, but have a good one.
Hey, Rusty Ivy, thank you so much for the 55 months, my dude. I really appreciate it. Have fun today. Thank you for the support as always. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Okay. I pushed this back here just because I kind of figured I could. That's my whole reason. That's the fancy schmancy. Oh, no, that's not. Oh. Cancel. That's my fancy schmancy reasoning behind it. I could. So I did. And now we're here. And then this is, I think, going to come down there just to give that a little bit more behind these lights. We'll just have it hang a touch, just give it a little bit more support. And then where's all that other... Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. That's more fun. We get another block of space for mushrooms. Mushroom greenhouse action too, so. 'Tis better. Too bright, too bright. We could work some pale moss in though. Anything we can do to slightly cut down on our coral count or our tough count, I'm doing. I'm trying to be so conscious of how I'm texturing all these things, dude. It's really bad. I don't know. I guess this would go all the way back here. Yeah, that would be it. Okay. Sorry, it's so dark. Well, I'll throw a torch down here. I know it looks fine on my monitor, but I know for some of y'all it comes across a little darker on stream. Probably want the torches in here anyways until we get this actual thing figured out. Dead brain coral is my spirit animal sometimes. I think I get what you mean by that. I too also suffer from dead brain at times. When you're like, brain, could you brain for a bit? And it's like, nah, not today. You're like, it's fine. I'm just curious, so I asked. In case anything changes, I'll be here waiting for brain to brain. Okay. Obviously, these walls are going to get covered with a lot of stuff and like interior building things, but it's a decent starting point. Brain ain't braining. Yeah, sometimes it does the best it can. Door. Let's get a door. Door. Trap. There we go. I like that door. I think that's a good colored door for this situation. I think up here we're going to go back into mud. I think like right above that gray that we did at the base, I think this will look really cool going back into the brown. You know what? That's what. Let's save ourselves some time here. Do we like the brown? That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What, do you get inspo or do you make things up as you build? I got a lot of inspiration when it comes to like getting the shapes and everything. A lot of this in here, I was looking at Raya Luceria from Elden Ring, and I was specifically looking at the underground sections of the magic school in there. Because the school is mostly above ground. I know a few people have done some pretty insane builds inspired by the above ground section. And I, for this one, was like, I'm going to look into what the underground part of the school is, where you're like down in the ravines and all that traversing around in the game. And I am really, really happy I did, because I think it made this into something really, really special for at least like the base shapes. Obviously, we're still working and texturing and getting a few things sorted here and there, but I'm really happy with it. I'm gonna make this up here look like it was intentionally lighter, but it's still like made out of the same material, but it's just like has a bit more weathering and whatnot on it. We also need to give it like a window or something in here. Can't just be a big flat wall like that. Looks pretty ugly. We don't really have like a back, so I'm just gonna center. Not even center, but like here. And we can do a little like... that's gonna look a little out of style. We're gonna get rid of all of this, and we're gonna do a little window in here instead. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. And then also where we have this dark oak, I want to add it in like they have like another drain pipe coming in down to over here. No, sorry, loom. Yeah, we can do something like that. And also there's a ton of just dead space back in here, so let's grab a lot of those. How far do I have to scroll to find them? Oh, there. We're gonna grab a heck of a lot of these, and we're just gonna fill this all in with our leaves, so it can look like really overgrown, like nobody's been back here to maintain this space in a very, very long time, but it's still got like a little bit of vibrance coming out of it. Something like that. It'll just give it a little bit of like an overgrown look, you know? And then it also spawn perfs, so you can kind of get a little glimpse of it right back in there, and I think that works. Yeah, I think that's starting to come together. So after you do this building, you have to do it for real on your hardcore world. Yep. After we get this done, then I can get the resource list of everything that I've used to design this. Then I go fetch all the blocks, and then I can build the thing. Trying to get a little bit dripstone in here because it's a bit of a moisture stone in game, you know? Like right above where we have this line, because this copper here is supposed to be like a gutter system that helps to get the imaginary rainwater caught off the roof and bring it in here through this little pipe. And that's how they could get water into the greenhouses sustainably without impacting any other parts of the world, without like draining anything. We're all about sustainability here, you know, especially in the mushroom part. That's all about reduce, reuse, recycle. We teach good recycling habits here. What do I want to do for the window? I think I want to do just this.
Pleased to meet you.
We.
That's what you intended, right, Heroic Pixels? That was the type of thing you intended for it to say? Thank you for the 6 months on YouTube. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. We. Have you played Mountain Blade Bannerlord? I never have, no. I've heard good things, though. This is gonna be one of the only, like, actual Fulbright lanterns, and I'll throw it here. Give a lot of attention light-wise to that. Very short Wii. Yeah. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes your Wii gets cut short. And you gotta follow up with a woo. No. No. I know I'd mentioned like the idea of like a tree going right up here, but I don't know, dude. Let's try. What do I have that could be a tall, skinny boy? Like a super skinny boy. Throw one of my new spruce boys in, maybe. Honestly, I kind of love the green there. I feel like that kind of blocks a weird... Making sure there's no other random leaves in there. And we'll fix the road underneath it. Needed some green. Yeah, I kind of love that. I can't put one there because it blocked the staircase, but we could put a little bit of... Nah, that's too much. We can put some like pots in here and have leaves out the top. That could be where we get some extra green in this space. It'll be a subtle that you only see from slight angles. That gives a little bit of like a recessed green tone in a few parts of it. Yeah, I think that actually works out really well. That's a cool tree. So that was 7. Let's try and throw a 5 right over here. That'll be like above the compost area. Oh, 5's the dude that I need to fix because I accidentally have the wrong wall in it. I need to go update that schematic. It's supposed to be that. Yeah, he can just go like right there. One more tree. Yeah, I think the tree right there can work. No tree over there because this guy will be coming in. because I really want to make sure I'm keeping track of the view from the road.
Pleased to
And that
meet you.
right there still feels good.
Ooh, this looks fun. I hope you are all having a fantastic day.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Good vibes, everyone.
So many creepers. They're not participating in the good vibes. What is up with that? But Astrofort, thank you for the 4 months, my dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My friends, if you haven't, click the like button on the stream. It helps me out a ton. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the support. Y'all are amazing. We're almost at 900 likes. We're getting there. Getting up to the 1,000 like goal. Okay. I need to fix that. That's uglies. It's a little uggo, but that's okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do up here. Straight gray, light gray. I'm just gonna regular glass behind it. So we'll do gray, bam, bam. And we'll do the little oh, bam, bam, bam. Little super cool build hack. Oh, bam, bam, bam. Because then you get the extra little split in there. Looks pretty sick. I do that. Honestly, we'll probably have 2 thick walls. We're doing the interior, so I'm going to throw those in here too, because I think it just looks a little bit better. So that'll be that. Yeah, I like that a lot more. Especially once you add like a wall around it. And then we can do that up to these windows too. See that extra just little depth we get into it. Once we get the buildings like fully interiored out, it'll look even better. Can I join? No, this is a single player world, sorry friend. We don't support creeper shaming in this household. Nah, creepers can chill and do their own thing over there. Oh, there you are, spider. Sorry, we're vibing. We'll talk soon. I gotta go get this disc in game. I gotta go get that disc in game. Okay, we have now vibed. I think I'm gonna bring this here. I really like it being just the trapdoors, but I think I just need a little bit more height here to help blend everything in a little bit better. And then we're going with a podzol, mycelium, soil. Make it on podzol, and then we'll. Then we can go with a ton of leaf litter, and we'll just throw a few mushrooms on it that are like growing. Wait, the disc is already out in game? Yeah, it is. You have to kill a chicken jockey, but you cannot kill the chicken before you kill the baby zombie. A lot of people are getting that wrong. There's so many people that I've heard say the loot rate and the drop rate is terrible, and how it's the stupid addition to the game, blah blah blah. And then every single time you see them killing a chicken jockey, they've killed the chicken and then the rider. So then you are only actually killing a baby zombie. You're not killing a chicken jockey. So, you know, if you want to get the disc, you have to actually kill something that can drop the disc. Hot spring would be a good idea in the waterfall. Yeah, I don't want to do a hot spring in this waterfall, but I want to really do some hot springs up in the mountain range over there eventually. I've got some very, very cool ideas in my brain rolling around now from all the traveling and everything I've been doing. I'm very much itching. I need to get this university finished first because it actually has a deadline to it now. But after that, I am so itching to just do creative streams. I hope y'all ready for some huge landscaping creative streams. I'm so excited to start planning out that region more. I am in a little bit of the funk of, like, what is it? When you've started a project and you're so far into the project where you're at the point where you've learned something. I struggle with this a lot, where I feel like I've now learned something and I've learned a different way that I want to do it from what I've done already, but the way that I want to do it is very different than what I've done so far, and I don't want to have to redo what I've done so far, but it's kind of making me unmotivated to want to continue it. But I'm just going to push through and get it there, and then we're just going to say to heck with it, and we're just going to do something fun. But I'm in that realm right now where I feel like I've learned so much about how I want to create a landscape, but that is so committed into what it is now. Yeah, the sunk cost fallacy, very much. But I'm in a way that instead of being like, well, I guess I have to stick with it, for me it's almost turning into like this, man, I kind of wish I want to restart it, but I'm not doing that. I'm not allowing myself to do that. We can't do that. I'll never get a mountain range done if we do that. All right, so we got our compost area here. We have 2 little carts ready to gear. Some of their custom mountains. Yeah, most of these mountains are vanilla. Everything over there is all hand placed. All of that is hand placed. That big sprawling landscape there. That's not an oak leaf, that's an oak trapdoor. We're just gonna put a few No, I can't. I've blocked that off. Kind of coming out of the pathway a little bit, but I think it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Back up here, we'll just do some grass. It doesn't need to be in anything that draws attention, but it'll look weird and then therefore draw attention if we do nothing on it. So we need to put just a little bit of grass to give it some shape and everything. And then we don't need to really do anything else, because this will just make it look more naturalized instead of before being bare. That's where it's standing out a lot. So now it's kind of popping because everything else is still bare, but once we get everything else sorted, then it's gonna look great. But I don't want these things to be drawing too much attention. They're out here, it's just meant to be lush greenery, so I don't even want to do many like big flowers or things. Like we'll have a few small patches of like just dry grass, maybe. Like a patch of a little patch of 3 and then a patch of 2 there. Something like a there. In here we have a little bit more, so we can do some azalea leaves. We can do some sugarcane. And then we'll do kind of the regular grass stuff that we do along riverbeds throughout everywhere else. I'm just kind of working my way over here. I don't think I'm going to do any small drip leaf in this, just because the water's flowing, so in my brain it'd be hard for the small drip leaf to actually get a hold of anything. So like no lily pads, no small drip leaf. I think that'll be fine for here. We can maybe do a little bit of the azalea leaf like creeping down in, but I don't think we need too much else. YouTube chat color is your favorite color. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. I think just adding tall grass into spaces just really just fixes them. We can add a little bit of this around. We can also come in with some bush. We can also do a little firefly bush. Gets a slight different color in here. Especially the bush too. Just anything to be able to get more green noise. That's kind of the goal. We'll do that. Dude, we got the spooky Minecraft songs. No idea what color you show up as. Oh, on the stream chat. Yeah, it just kind of picks one. Just an idea. What if you added a Cooper to the city? It makes sense with the amount of wagons and carts you have added to the world. They would need a place to go for maintenance. We have a few like wagon repair workshops, and Coopers, I believe, are barrel makers, right? We also have a few of those too, but maybe a Cooper is more generalized. I always thought it, whenever I hear Coopers, when people talk about it in the Minecraft space, it's always a barrel maker, but maybe that's me mishearing. All right, I can't help it. I want wildflowers up here. Okay. That looks cute. That's cute. Poor YouTube not being able to choose their own color and rely on the RNG of the chat extension. Yeah. It's better than everything just being blue, green, or gray, though. Moss on rock? We could do some moss on the rock. A little. I'd blur the edge here a little bit more. Now we have a little grass on this. This is looking good. We need to figure out what the heck is going here. My brain is saying for something to go in here, I'm thinking like 2 fields. Like one goes there and one goes here. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's either we do that, we do the fields this way, which goes along with the roads a bit more so, or we do fields that come up here and here. So do we want this, let's say, vertical or horizontal? This is vertical, or do we want horizontal? Sideways. So we're thinking horizontal going this way. We're thinking that. Horizontal. 4 smaller plots. Nah, not a fan. Okay, let's try horizontal. For out here, what am I using for fields? Oaky Reeve. Let's see, we go up to here. Let's just do like one big border for the entire thing. And then we'll figure out where we divide it afterwards, I guess. That'll work. And then we can just take it. Be the worst yin yang symbol you've ever seen. Yeah, I think that'll work. The field should have an old/dying sapling of the huge magical tree here, like a failed attempt at planting a big one, but now serves as a historical monument. We actually have a sapling of the world tree already, like this guy. That's what this is supposed to be when I made the old gardens here. That's growing healthily, but it could kind of make sense to add another one somewhere. This needs to be fixed. That looks much better. And then maybe even this is brought a little bit closer. Yeah, that'll work. We could go... there. Oh, that's also oak leaves on there. Yeah, it's fine. Sorry, brain is growing burr. Make idea happen, do thing. Seeing tasks that need to be finished and doing task. Probably could have used just a noise brush to fix this thing, but whatever. I'm lazy. And by lazy, I mean I'm making myself do more work. I'm lazy to do it the efficient way, so I'm giving myself more work to do, you know? That's gonna be coarse dirt back here. This is probably all gonna be a garden, not a lodestone floor, but coarse dirt floor. That's gonna be a spawning area back there for sure. Maybe also a desire path cutting along the stream so people don't have to go all the way around. Along the stream. Like through here. Not sure what you mean by that. Where do you get inspiration for the builds that you make? I'm trying to get better at building, but I have no idea how to start. Pinterest can be great. ArtStation can be good. Other Minecraft builders is always a good way to go. There's a lot of people that post cool stuff in our Discord. If you follow the Post Your Builds channel, there's always cool things happening in there. If you haven't checked that out, highly recommend. There's some really, really cool projects in there that people are working on. Yeah. Just, I would say the best way to get build experience in anything that you're doing is just to experience life around you and build what you want to, like what inspires you in life. Like that's the best way.
Came back to see if you're still here on my break.
Welcome on back. How we doing? How's the work day going? Yeah, we're here for a little bit longer. We're trying to get these fields figured out. I think I want to do one, probably this one as wheat. Actually, no. Wheat would be too tall. Potato. No, there's no O on that. Potato. Or there's no E on that. And this one up here, though. What do we want to do for the second one? I could do a dry grass field. Or we could do what would be a good, like, not too bam in your face flower? It's kind of a shady one, but not. Sweet berries? Flower fields? I feel like flower would be too much. We could honestly just do a bush field. Yeah, carrot could work. Maybe I just go with carrot. We're gonna put carrot down. I think carrot will work. The light blue. Oh, from the swamp. Yeah, I think it'd be too much color. I don't want this to be like big, bam, wow, super color here, because it's going to take away from the more muted tones we have in the build in the back. So if we have super high contrast in the front, it's going to make that look really bland. So we don't want to go with that. Whereas the carrot and potato are just going to be more lush green, which is still going to make all of our browns and reds that we have in the background pop. Hopefully. In theory. Yeah, that'll do it. Sweet. That's that whole area down there built out, which is amazing. I'm very happy to have that finished, because that's one less thing on my to-do list before I can get all this stuff going. I'll tell you what, friends, I think we're going to finish up this little spot in here, and then I'm calling it. Been streaming for over 3 hours today, and I am still a little sleepy from a weekend of too much fun. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine for now. I'll fix up this lower edge here. That's a lot of stuff that I don't want to do right now. But there we go. We made a ton of progress today. All of this, everything in here. Next creative stream, we'll probably get these guys sorted. The big upper stuff up there I'm doing off stream, so it's a little bit more of a surprise. And all that cool fun stuff in there. But you know, this whole thing down here, we can work on this stuff here together. It's looking pretty good. I'm really happy with it. Thank you so very much for hanging today. I really do appreciate it. Click the like button if you haven't already on your way out. I very much do appreciate it. It helps me a lot with the after stream, all that stuff, pushing out and getting even more people in here for the after show, and they can all chill and do all that cool stuff. So no spoiler, we didn't hit 1,000 likes. There's 1,600 people and we didn't hit 1,000 likes. So, you know, I tried my best. But you know, it's a community effort. I can't just give out like I can't give it out for free. No free spoilers here. That's the way it goes. But thank you so very much for being here, my friends. We gotta distract for about a minute here because people on Twitch are currently watching an ad. So that's gonna be the way it goes. Who do we want to raid today? Who's live? Who's doing stuff? Who's hanging? Who's playing Minecraft? Who should we raid today, friends? Who should we raid today? Oh, Bowtie Daniels just started their stream. We haven't raided them in a very long time. They're actively on the starting soon screen, so we can go give them a big hellos and all that stuff over there. So jumping on the raid over to Bowtie Daniels, if you can, my friends. He's doing some hardcore Minecraft stuff and all that cool stuff and things over there. But I really appreciate all your support. Thank you so very much for the warm welcome back today. I had a great time. This is really fun. So thank you so very much for being here, my friends. But with that, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.